I'm Travis, founder and host of Real Estate Mindset, and welcome back to another Boots on the Ground, Eyes in the Sky Metro Report video. And today we're going all the way to Charlotte to try to debunk what exactly is going on with new construction. We're going to go to two different areas and we're going to cover at least two different subdivisions. Now, the first thing I wanted to point out is, according to New Home Source data, there's approximately almost 2,600 new homes. And obviously, guys, that's underreported. It says on the Census Bureau it's underreported. Everyone knows by now it's underreported. But the two areas that we're going to cover, the first one is going to be South Charlotte at an area called Fort Mill. So right in this area right here. You guys can see from that map that there's massive amounts of clusters. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we can find when we get boots on the ground. And actually right now, you guys can probably see this is a huge development that's going on right behind me. Now the second area is going to be the Lake Norman area right here. So we're going to investigate, this cluster right here. So number one right here, Fort Mill. Number two, Lake Norman. We're going to go to four different subdivisions and we're going to start in the Fort Mill area. The first subdivision we're going to go to is called ASHE Downs. Now the price point in that area is $324,000 to $367,000 and price cuts up to $28,000. Now they're saying they have 5 homes available. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I highly doubt that they have 5 homes available. It's probably more like 15, 20 homes available, but we'll know when we get there. The second subdivision we're going to tour in the Fort Mill area is a huge subdivision called MASSEY. Now this is a higher price point, guys, sitting at $728,000 to $919,000. Apparently they have no price cuts, but they have up to about 12 houses available. Now the name of the builder is Empire. Now after all of that, you guys, we're going to go up north to Lake Norman, and the first subdivision we're going to visit is SHANNON Woods Meadows. Now that's a Lennar builder, and take a look at this, guys. The price point here is $377,000 to $437,000. Massive price cuts, typical Lennar, up to $51,000. Again, this is Charlotte, you guys. $51,000 in price cuts. They're saying 10 new homes. Again, you guys, that's Lennar, so it's going to be interesting to see the quality. I'm sure there's going to be hyper supply like a normal Lennar community. Now after that, we're going to end by going to this subdivision, Townhomes at WATERSTONE. Now the price point here is $389,000 to $474,000, and again, massive price cuts up to about $40,000. They're saying they have approximately 12 new homes available. And don't forget, guys, for all of this effort, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And after that, again, if you find value, subscribe to Melody Wright's Substack and subscribe to Melody Wright's YouTube channel, because she will be offering amazing insights.
Charlotte has been growing. Between April of 2020 and July 22, there was a 2.6% population growth. We know the national average was 0.5%. And so this area has indeed experienced a lot of population influx. We've seen Austin and other places slow during that time period, but Charlotte has really increased in population. Currently, they have about 897,720 folks here. Again, that's a 2.6% increase. The median income is a little bit lower than Atlanta at $74,000. Percentage of people in poverty, 11.7%, lower than what we saw in Atlanta of 17.7%. Median listing price is $400,000. Median sale price is also $400,000. And what we're seeing is that year over year, that sales price is up 2.6%, but it's down month over month 3.03%. And now here's where it's getting interesting, because as you guys will see, all of this inventory that is not yet on the market, all of this newly excavated land, they're going to be building. And we're already seeing year over year sales down 11.7%. That's a pretty big number. And month over month down 12%, guys. So, sales are really slowing here, even as the builders like Lennar keep pushing this inventory as hard as possible, because just like any other manufacturer, they have to push the inventory. And so they're going to do drastic cuts, and Travis will talk a lot about this as well. So they're going to move it. And unfortunately, when they do that, people get stuck in these new subdivisions while construction is going on, and then, you know, we are concerned about the viability of these communities. So some other quick facts. What is really bizarre is we're seeing that inventory is down year over year at 11% and down month over month at 4.27%. But you guys may remember that between November and December, the average inventory goes down about 10% if you go back to 2017. Okay, other quick facts. Airbnbs, 4,605 Airbnbs in Charlotte. Now, you guys remember what we saw in Atlanta of like over 11,000, and Atlanta is actually smaller than Charlotte. Charlotte is one of the biggest cities in the Southeast. New builds, and this is for the entire sort of Charlotte metro area, at 407 new build communities and 3,236 new homes, which again, as Travis and I keep saying over and over, that's underreporting the numbers. Right now in Charlotte, only about 72 foreclosures. So that's the stats, guys. We have so much to show you. Thank you for joining.
Welcome to our first subdivision, ASHE Down. Remember, you guys, there's $28,000 roughly in price cuts, and I'm gonna walk up here. I mean, these are condos, so they're extremely small, pretty much no backyard, but I'm gonna throw a slide up again. Remember, it said there was 5 available. So I'm gonna take you down the street, and as I'm taking you down the street, also pay attention to like how small these are, and I don't wanna upset the residents, I really don't. I'm gonna show you guys just on this one street that there's more than 5 available, starting with this first available. You see, available, look at this. Do y'all wanna live here? I mean, it's connected, you know, all the way down. This is sold. So this side, sold. This side, not. Very, very small, very small. Okay, so we got one, we got another available right there. Coming up to another, so that's 2. This is 3 right here. So you got 3, look at this, okay? 4, okay? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all right? So we have 10 available just on the street, okay? And just because there's no available signs, trust me, those are available. I'm gonna make my way up here. I'll show you guys the sales office if you wanna come check it out. This is not my thing. You know, I don't like these tiny houses. I would rather have a yard, you know, for my children. But again, let me show you guys down here. Sales office right there behind me. Now, take you guys down to this street here. A little bit more construction. This lady's following me, so I don't want to say anything bad. Do you see? Okay, so take a look. Available, 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 available. So you got 4 more right there. Well, I'm gonna find you guys some with signs. Hold on 1 minute. Coming up here. So this street, I'd say a little bit more than half is still available and half of it is not. You're gonna see some that have a sold sign. Yeah, and you guys know about the sold sign things. Available, okay. Available, whatever you say, sold. Okay, so that's sold. Also sold. I'm actually surprised there is, you know, and this is kind of a small community, but there's no new, there's like no building going on. They've stopped all building, and really, in this subdivision, are sitting with 100% of completion. They just not selling. And look at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's undisputable. Now, before I hit play, I also went to realtor.com, and there's no listings on realtor.com. Remember, the Fed uses realtor.com as well. So this is hugely underreported, you guys. Hugely underreported. The price point, say low 300s, 320,000. Do y'all think that they're worth it? Look at, I mean, is it worth it? You know, hold on. This lady, why is she following me? Oh my God, she lived through. To the lady behind me, if you watch this, I'm not talking about yours, okay? Yours is the nice one. I'm talking about everyone else's. But holy smokes, you guys, there's no question about the underreporting of inventory. It is 100% fact, and it's not a little bit. It is like 2, 3, 4 times underreported, not 10, 15%. You guys are gonna freak out with what I'm about to show you. And real quick, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm in Fort Mill. So we're in the Fort Mill area, obviously first. But you guys wanna talk about repurposing property? Take a look at this massive building that's falling apart. Look at this thing. Look at that. Look at all the bricks falling off. You see balcony up there. But not only that, they've also turned the parking lot into where you come if you have an RV and are homeless, because there are RVs parked all over the place. So very interesting to see. That is an older building. I believe it's like 40 years old, around 40 years old, falling apart. So Biden, there you go, buddy. Repurpose right there, right there. There's one. Turn it into affordable housing. Now, let me tell you and show you what the city is saying they're gonna do. Yeah, right, but look at this sign right here. So, this is what it's supposed to be, okay? See all this here? Very interesting. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Comment below, do you think they have enough money? Or, you know, do you think they're gonna go through with that? Repurpose it? They're gonna get some money? What's gonna happen next, guys? I'm interested to hear what you think.
Apparently we just got some good intelligence on this property. This has been at the center of controversy since 1987, when back in the day with Praise the Lord Christian Ministries, this was going to be the center of a theme park, but Jim Baker resigned. And since then, this has been some legal battles with Morning Star Ministries to try and redevelop this. So it looks like there's still a lot of controversy around this property, but they better do something soon, because looking kind of scary.
I took you to one more subdivision in Fort Mill, and if your taste is really, really overpaying, this is the community for you. They have they're saying about 12 homes available. These are roughly $800,000 houses. This one right here is saying under contract, y'all see that. But you know, houses like this. Now, this one says under contract as well. Now, over here, it looks like a couple are available over there. So, you know, not a lot of spec homes here, but we still wanted to make a video to show you guys what an $800,000 house in Charlotte looks like. So again, if you have expensive taste and you want to throw away your money, take a look at these houses. And by the way, so here, that door is open. I don't want to close it because the door is wide open. Not sure why that is. Just walk down the street real quick. This is a massive, massive community. I threw the drone up. You guys should be able to see. And also, you know, what I'm noticing so far in Charlotte is it looks like the hyper supply is mainly like multifamily so far and apartments, at least in the Fort Mill area. So, you know, it's a bit tighter. This is what I actually expected for Atlanta. Tighter like this, you know, expensive houses that like, who's gonna wanna live in the middle of nowhere and buy this? Apparently a whole bunch of people, because this is really sold out. In the 11th hour, we found you guys something for the Fort Mill area. Just after I was about to give up, say it's all, you know, multifamily, we find this brand new under development subdivision probably by the end of the year. You guys see that right there? I would guess by the end of the year, you're gonna start possibly having options. I'm gonna walk up here real quick and we're gonna head to the other area of Charlotte. Unfortunately, we're gonna lose light. So the second half of this video may be night video. It's getting super duper cold. All of the dirt right here is red. It's like clayey, but I just wanted to get a little bit further up here so I could show you guys really how massive this is. Take a look at how big this is. Huge, huge, huge construction site. Over those mounds right there and that tractor back there, like way over there, is where you're gonna find some of the lots graded already. It obviously goes back all up over here. Pretty cool, guys. Really happy we found this. Again, 11th hour, right next to the gas station. So there is a little bit of hope. Have absolutely no idea price point. We just know that there will be new homes in the Fort Mill area right here. Before I go, look at some of this equipment they're using to develop these houses. Pretty impressive machines, guys. Pretty impressive machines. But also notice no work is being done. I wonder if they're not doing construction work right now because demand is so high. We found another little section here in Fort Mill where they're almost probably ready to sell. Looks like a tiny home community, and they're basically gonna put in another probably there's another 4 or 5 rows of this right here. You guys can see pretty well. Obviously the lighting is little bit a little bit iffy. And what I'm gonna try to do is a couple things. The first thing is try not to get arrested. And the second thing is I'm gonna try to figure out what subdivision this is and what builder. Okay, I got some light, there's some light finally. And what builder this is, because I have no idea. Let's see if you can see this a little bit better. I mean, these are, and this is in a shopping complex. So I think this is like what they did here is mixed like use, because we got residential housing and then over there like liquor stores and gas stations and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I don't see the builder sign. Anyways, guys, again, Fort Mill, tiny houses right here. Another 4 or 5, rows of them is gonna come this way. So, we're finding some more stuff. We brought you to a Lennar community in Lake Norman area called Shannon Woods. This is a massive community. Now, I wanna throw up the stats one more time. It is saying, again, on new home source data, that there are 10 homes available. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you, honestly, there's probably more like 70 homes available. We already got the drone up. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I'm gonna pan down this street and then I'm gonna walk down another street. And this is just a small section of the subdivision. Take a look, guys. Pretty much all of this is spec homes, almost completed all down that street, both sides. You see that on this side and that side. You guys see really small yards, no fence. So typical cookie cutter, right? Typical cookie cutter. What I would do if I was purchasing is I would look at the reviews from the existing homeowners and really just see if there's any issues with the quality of construction or with the process. It's saying that there is 10 available. There's probably 15 down this street, and look at this street right here. So I'm gonna walk that way, but all that available, all of this here, all of that. Now, the interesting thing is up this road, and you guys will see the drone footage. We did a voiceover for the drone footage, but up that road there is like the main part of the community. We actually came the back way in here to the smaller section, so it was a huge surprise. And honestly, I was starting to doubt any type of, hyper supply situation in Charlotte because of Fort Mill, but that has all changed. The narratives, it is localized, but geez, you guys see this right here. I'm gonna pan a little bit. Y'all see kind of the construction sites, and unlike some of the other communities that we toured, y'all, there's a lot more construction here. That's honestly, from what I've noticed, that is a typical thing that Lennar does, the Lennar communities. It just seems like there's always massive construction, a lot of construction workers. And that's one thing that's propping up the economy, is all of the construction jobs. So when this slows down, obviously you guys, it's gonna be bad because all these jobs are gonna be lost. There's gonna be no more propping up. Everything is a domino. It goes up together and down together, and but it cracks differently. But I think it's gonna be extremely fast fall, obviously, once it starts. You guys see there, I love construction workers starting fires, y'all see, to get warm right there. Same thing in Boise. It has been freezing. But anyways, guys, when you go down this road right here, that's the second entrance. That's a really nice entrance back there. This is something I'd be watching because it's probably the highest likelihood of any subdivision that we visited so far that could potentially offer you a decent deal. Always do your due diligence, guys. This is a huge financial transaction, so please treat it like that. We're now at the townhomes at WATERSTONE, and the price point is higher than the SFR community with Lennar than we just left. So the price point's high 300s, 400,000 if you want a 3-story townhouse. And these are super small. I'm about to show you the parameters of a building so that you guys really understand how small this is. And I want to point out though, this is the type of foreclosed property that I had in California. It was a condo, very small, very expensive. I was just sold on the dream of home ownership. I was sold that I was, very responsible, and I earned it and I deserved it. So I don't want people to make that same mistake, but take a look at these. These are extremely small. You can see kind of going down the street, multiple units available. Now, online it's saying 10 quick move-in, 12 available. I think there's a lot more than that. Very, very small. Again, you're bumping elbows with your neighbors, goes all the way down there. These ones have driveways right here. And what's interesting is you got there's Melody. Hi, Melody. How are you? There's Melody. You got all this needing to be done here. And then you have all these pads already poured right here. You have that big building, and I'll walk there in a minute, but let me show you guys, you know, to give you an idea of how small this is. Look at how wide this is, okay? You'll see, look at this, that's it. These things are like, I'm just warning you, okay? Because this is how I lost. Again, very small, tiny little baby. It's obviously it's worth more because this was all the way back in, you know, 08, the GFC. But the problem is, guys, is I couldn't afford to hold. I know, and I acknowledge all the time, that after 10 years, 5-10 years, you know, usually your real estate is going to be worth more. But my concern is, and what happened to me, I could not last 5 years. Now, this is a very small community considering how many units there actually are. At least the community that we were coming from had parks, it had a little bit more elbow room, still not a lot because there's like almost no yards, and a lot of that stuff had no fences. But this is even worse and even more money. Like, so why would, comment below, okay? Where would you rather live? More expensive condo, people like this, okay? Pretty much bumping elbows with everyone, no parks it looks like. Or would you rather have an SFR that's cheaper, more space, more property? One thing that they did is they put those balconies. You see all those balconies up there? So, you know, at least you get a balcony for $400,000. I hope I get a pat on the back and a certificate saying, moron, you shouldn't have bought. And then I feel a lot better about my $400,000 investment. But let me walk up here. I want to show you just a little bit about what's going on as far as the construction. And then we'll do a conclusion, tell you what we learned. I am happy that we were able to find this for you. We had a sacrifice going to Richmond. So instead of going to Richmond, we stayed in Charlotte one extra day so that we had daylight and can really show you what's happening. We wouldn't have even found that additional subdivision, the Lennar community. We had no idea that was back there. So also what I'm noticing, massive differences in Charlotte as far as the area. Like Fort Mill, that's pretty tight. You know, I was really surprised by that, especially the Massey community, because that was a very big, expensive community in the middle of nowhere with a 2-lane highway, and they had sold almost every house. So that surprised me. This area, Lake Norman area, holy moly. And just to get here, we saw many different construction zones. I'm gonna show you the lake, you guys to see. So you got a lake view. So the people over here are better off because you got that lake view right there. Honestly, I like lake views, but not here. I still wouldn't buy. But you know, you got all this construction here. They're building this up. I would say 6 units. There's probably 6 more units right there. And then, let me show you something else that I've been noticing. Your neighbors. You guys, they're putting these in the, you know, making big communities in the middle of nowhere next to mobile home parks. So this property butts right up to, looks like a manufactured home here. So could be an issue. Maybe it's not. It was for me, especially if the neighbor has unrestricted land use. They could do whatever they want within, you know, within safety reasons. Hopefully you guys like the tour. Let's move on to the conclusions now.
Hey guys, so I think what I'm most concerned about after really touring Charlotte is that yes, if they sustain this population growth we've seen since 2020, maybe there's a shot for all this new home inventory, but I just don't see that happening as the infrastructure in Charlotte is already so constrained. The traffic here, I was telling Travis, who's from California, that it's worse than LA. I lived here back in essentially 2013 to 2015, and I can tell you that getting around the city then took forever. If you wanted to go to Ballantyne, for instance, from downtown Charlotte, could take you almost 2 hours. So here we are, north of Charlotte, and all of this new build inventory. The only people that could come out here conceivably are work from home, and there is just so much out here without the infrastructure to support it. So what I'm seeing here in Charlotte is that there's gonna be a lot of trouble as this stuff starts to get completed, and so much of it is just under development, and it's gonna come online with the multifamily. So it's a little concern here. Back to you, Travis.
I'm gonna have to get pessimistic with you guys because here's the reality of the situation. Again, I was expecting a tight market. I'm seeing cracks all over the place. The wrench in the system is the election, but I'm just gonna say this straight up. I really think people should wait. I think people should be patient. I think people should wait this out a little bit more, you know, and let the dust settle and then own. Purchasing right now, you guys, I mean, I don't know how we've sustained so long except for one thing. The money printing. And it makes sense. We're gonna need to do quantitative tightening longer because there's more money in the system. And as a result of that, you guys, because people are already feeling the effects of the QT and they're suffering right now, families are suffering. But as a result of that, remember, it's a domino effect. Once one of those dominoes starts to fall, it all falls apart. So again, unless you're a millionaire, unless you can pay all cash and you don't care, we showed you areas where there'll probably be some great deals eventually, but I think you guys should hold, especially in areas, you know, like this, where a $400,000 cardboard box, I mean, are you kidding me? Your neighbors, the down the street in the mobile home, and I don't know that for sure, I'm just hypothetically saying, caution. Don't rush. You're not a bad person if you don't own a house. In fact, put yourself in a situation to better your purchase power. Move home. I moved home, bettered myself, purchased real estate, and now I'm doing well again. You could do the same thing. I think we need to hold, you guys, from the bottom of my heart. I want to sell real estate. I want to make money too, but not at the cost of you losing everything. Now, other than that, guys, if you are out there investing in real estate, you already know we wish you luck. I hope you like this. We're gonna on our way to Raleigh now, and then we're gonna meet up with Todd Sachs and actually Jack from Nobody Special Finance. So really happy about that. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment below, let us know your insights, let us know what we missed. And other than that, we hope you win.